guys. Okay, got a lot going on tonight. I'm feeling really reflective and thoughtful and hungry. I've got myself a BLT with avocado, so BLAT, I don't know. I'm waiting for when I'm done here and I can eat it while I edit, right? And my stomach is like gurgling, going, feed me. You know, I'm like that creature in something about horror. Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it the first time, so I never made it a second time, so I don't remember. But anyway, it was funny. So, about 5 years ago, about this time, just, I don't know, maybe exactly a month from now, actually, somewhere around there, my whole life just kind of imploded. I had commitments to a couple of collections, and then a multi-author series was about to take place where I was pretty much writing 2 books a year for that series. Plus, I had some other commitments, and all the stuff was coming all at once. And I had no idea that my life was about to change in a way that I wouldn't be able to catch up from. So Mom got sick in September of 2019, right after our earthquakes here. So our whole lives were upended for a couple months there. So I was already behind. And then we had this new series coming out. So I had to write like an introductory novella that turned out to be Christmas on Breaker's Point. So I had to do that. And then I had one collection, at least one other collection aside from my usual that I had to do. And I can't remember what it was. I just remember being in Mom's house there in Knoll and going, I don't know what I'm doing. How am I going to get this done in time? Which I don't like to do. And then we had our annual Christmas Lights Christmas collection I had to write. And out of the blue, I decided to write a bonus short story for that because why not, right? And so on top of, I'm trying to help my mom figure out what's wrong with her, what we're going to do. Oh, we need to sell the house. Okay, we got to sell the house. So I realized she wants out of here now. We need to get her somewhere. Right about that time is when I discovered she wasn't eating or drinking almost anything. She couldn't. So it became, we got to get her home now, no matter what happens with this house. We have to go. And so I went in, I'd already been there for like 4 or 5 weeks at that point, and I was like in it mode. We got to do this. So on top of trying to get all this stuff written, I'm taking care of Mom. I'm trying to get her back to California. Then I got back to California at the end of October, and we went to Loma Linda for 6 weeks. It was a really hard time, and I was already keeping up with the things that I had to keep up with. I had to finish that one book. I had to finish 2 books for the islands, 2 books for collections, and I'm pretty sure there was one more. So we're talking 5 books in 3 months that I was just running myself ragged trying to get done. And then on top of that, all the stuff that came with the Island series and with all the other stuff that was coming down the pipeline. In 2023, January 2023, I said, I'm done. I can't do anything. I had to cut everything out. I was in total burnout. I couldn't look at work. I couldn't open my email without feeling like, goodness. I couldn't open my email without feeling like I was going to have a panic attack. And I've never had anything like that. And I never actually had one, but it felt like that's what would happen. And so I cut it all out. But until this month, really, somewhat last month, but really until this month, I didn't feel like I was actually still removed from all that stuff. Turning this YouTube channel into booktube at that time, because I did it last June, when I was expecting stuff to be over with any day now, and this would be a new fun thing to just help me. I think it actually helped me just focus away from all the stress. I really do. But I didn't know. That's not what I expected it to be. I will admit that. But then last night, so after, this is backstory that I know you need it, right? But no, really, last night I sat here. So I realized the effects of the burnout were still in play. I'm still there's consequences to decisions and whatever. So those are still in play, but I'm not in burnout anymore. The burnout is gone. And I'm so excited about new projects, and I'm excited about things that I get to do that are mine. And I think part of that is that last week I turned in my last obligation to something outside my projects, things that I'm in control of, if you will. And so that was huge, because I love doing multi-author things, but I had too many multi-author things all at once on top of a bunch of other work that took time away from me being able to do those things, right? So it was hard, it was frustrating, and I'm not sure that it was the best. You make these decisions before you know your life is going to change, and then you have to just stick with it. But you keep thinking, okay, that crisis is over. Remember, this was 2019, right? So Thanksgiving Day, mom comes home from the hospital. She's moved in with us, and mom is here. All is well. So everything should be great, right? Well, no, because the next week, my oldest and her family moved to Indiana. And so I've lost that, and that, even now, I'm getting choked up just thinking about them going. I mean, I am like the least sentimental person on the planet. I'm the least emotional person on the planet. I sobbed constantly, whenever I could get away, because it was a huge change. When the other girls, they moved down south, and when my son moved down south, I can get in the car, even if I don't do it enough, I can get in the car and be there in a couple of hours. If something goes wrong, if I just need to see them, if they need whatever, it can be done. I can't do that with them. I have to find a flight and be able to get on the plane in time. And, there's so much, it was so different, and it was whatever. But I actually found, like, my youngest grandson's socks, a couple of like stray socks around the house, and I still have them. Okay, they're in my bag, and they stay in my bag, and when I travel, they're in my. It's weird, and it's so not like me, but it was what it was. But then what happened right after that? Well, my number 5 daughter and I both got COVID at the end of December of 2019. There's no doubt that it was COVID. They just didn't know that it was COVID at the time. And then on top, and I suspect I brought it back on the plane from my mother-in-law's funeral, because, yeah, she died right after mom got back. It was a year, let me tell you. Earthquakes, mom sick, daughter moving, mother-in-law dying. I mean, it was just like, could anything else go wrong? Don't tell me if it can. And then in February, mom got COVID, and then the whole country is shut down after that. And there are just so many things that happen. Boom, boom, boom. Meanwhile, I'm trying to keep up with all the things. I'm juggling all the plates. They're crashing down around me. I'm gluing the pieces back together and juggling again, right? So it was rough. And then, I tried to put a stop to it last year, and it didn't happen. I mean, 4 years, you would think. No, it didn't happen. So just that moment last night when I realized all I have left right now is my stuff. And I'm probably going to keep it that way for quite a while. I've got plans. I'm so excited about all the things that I'm doing. And even like last year, I wasn't as excited about my annual collection that I have with these other gals. And it wasn't that I wasn't excited about the story. I loved that story. I had so much fun writing that story. I loved the collection, but I was so drained. I couldn't do anything. So this year I'm like, I'm all in it. And of course everybody else is, really struggling this year. And I'm like, hey, that's okay. I can take it, and I have to make sure I don't like overdo it. Right. But anyway, so I'm having fun writing that book. We're doing Christmas trees and large families and everything that can go wrong. And it's going to be great. But meanwhile, so for those who follow my writing, September, out comes another one of the multi-author full novel collections like the Summer Heat from last year. This is Winter Suspense. I don't have a title or a pre-order link yet, I don't think, but I'll check my email in case I missed one. But it has an Agency Files adjacent story of mine. So it's Christmas, castle, gal is hiding out and then an ex-agent comes home with a broken leg and the bad guys are there. So she goes all home alone. There's that one. And then in October, there's a collection that I took my bonus short story that I sent out with Jack, which is a novelization of both one of my dad's cowboy ballads and Much Ado About Nothing. I smashed them up, so it's a whole lot of hullabaloo on the prairie. But I took that short story that I kind of wrote just as a bonus, and I turned it into a novella. So these are supposed to be like, 17 to 25,000 words, 35 max. And yeah, mine's like 37,500. And one of the organizers was gracious enough to not make me cut, which was really sweet because I was working on cutting when she told me that. And I was like, oh, thank you. I won't worry about cutting anymore because I didn't want to cut anything. If anything, I wanted to add more, but I knew I kept pulling myself back, right? So that comes out. Mine is obviously Western, the Dakota Territories, and Wyoming. It's in a semi-epistolary, and it's in a collection with 12 other authors. The Suspense is, I think, 4 of us in each one. There's 2 sets, and there's 4 of us in each one. And those are very limited time. Like the summer heat ones are gone. You can't get them anymore. And the summer romances from this year are leaving any day now. Any day now, you won't be able to get those anymore. So if you liked those collections and you like those authors, Angela Ruth Strong is definitely one. I need to get it before I miss out. But anyway, so that one's coming out September. This other one, Once Upon a Courtship, 12 authors. It's all historical, but it's like from Regency all the way up to the Gilded Age. So there's Regency, Pirates, Western, Victorian, Edwardian, Gilded Age. I think that's all. And you've got like Tricia Goyer, Lisa Prysock, Camille Elliott, Mary Lou Tyndall, Marilyn Turk, Regina Scott, Kit Morgan, I think Marlene Byerworth. I'm starting to lose authors. Sorry, authors. So, 12 books. It's a great way to sample people's works and see if it's what you like. So there's that one. And then the Christmas Lights collection will be out in October. We've moved the dates around, so I don't know when it'll be out, but it should be mid to late October. And I'm excited because this year it's an Evergreen Christmas, and the artwork on the cover, yeah, my daughter did that. So it's super cool. We've got some fun stickers to go with it and all the good stuff. So, I've got lots going on. Right now I'm writing Christmas trees for that. It's fun. And then, I'm definitely going to be doing more of the agency files because Pointed Suspicion needs to come out soon. So hopefully by the end of the year, because right now, Krista Del Sorbo, she's releasing A Ransomed Greta on her channel. And if you want to listen to free audiobooks, she's got them. She would love it if you would subscribe, and I would love it more because it's important for her. So please, if you like to listen to audiobooks, they're free and they're on there. She has them both chapter by chapter, if that's the easiest way for you to listen. Or at the end of each month, she puts the entire book out in case you want to just have it keep going. It all depends on, everybody has a different way of doing it, So, but next month, Induction from last year's Summer Heat comes out, and she's working on Justified Means as I speak. So that one will be coming, and she's going to be doing each one. And so I need to get Pointed Suspicion done so that she can just pick that one right into the thing. And then the final agency files take cover. It won't be the last agency files, but it'll be the last in this set, in this part will come out. And then Stone Cold from this September collection, it'll be coming too. I think that's actually going to come in March, and it plays into the story, which is why it's going to come out in March. But, so that's what's going on in my life, because that's why you're here, right? You don't care about what I read. You just want to hear all the things, right? Yeah, just, I needed to get it off my chest. I sometimes, and I'll probably cut a lot of it, but even if I don't, oh well.